but did not have the standard to go to London, but he is the NCAA champion, and he's with Lewis Johnson.
And a big smile on his face now, having secured that national championship, Dwight. And give us a sense of the throws that you had here at historic Hayward Field, where you've had some success before to get that title.
Yeah, the weather could have been a little bit better. It's a little strong of a headwind, but you know, I'm pretty happy with my series. And getting the overall win to help out the team, that was my major goal.
How does the wind affect the javelin as it's going, as you mentioned, into the wind? Sort of like a wing or not?
Yeah, it depends on the angle that you throw it at. If you hit it just right, it'll actually glide a little bit farther, but if you hit it just ever so slightly wrong, it'll stop in midair and drop straight down.
And finally, Sam, as we pay almost exclusive attention to the running events as the team picture continues to develop, what are you thinking about in terms of the points you can deliver for your team? Because you just did that with 10.
Oh, coming in, I think I was ranked the favorite to win, so I knew I had to come in here, help out the team, since Arkansas is right. We have to get it. So my last year, I really want another NCAA title. So.
And you did that. Congratulations, Sam.
Thank you.
All right, Dwight, back to you in the 5,000. And the steeple, excuse me.
All right, Lewis. And by the way, in the steeplechase, Colorado has won 6 of the last 8 steeple competitions. There haven't been that many of them. It's a newer event in track and field on the women's side, having only been contested at the World Championship level starting in 2005. And the first Olympic steeplechase for women was in Beijing in 2008. Emma Coburn continuing to run by herself, just clicking off laps. Behind her, Amber Henry of Weber State and Colleen Quigley of Florida State.
Rachel Sorner from Cornell is back in 4th place. Quigley in 3rd, I think, is just marking her time, Dwight. You know, she's waiting and maybe confident that she can try and outkick Amber Henry for 2nd place. But it is right now coming up with a lap and a quarter to go for Emma Coburn. Been a solo run for her. Hard to do it alone. I've sometimes been asked, having run this event, how much do you train on this? Do you work on the water jump pit? Some schools don't have a water jump pit, but you can practice your hurdle techniques, and maybe one day a week during the outdoor season you'll work part of the workout on your hurdling technique, trying to learn how to hurdle with either leg. About 5 or 6 steps out, you learn to hurdle. You learn to know which leg you're going to be coming up to on that hurdle. Your body knows that. You translate it mechanically, and you learn to hurdle with either your left leg or your right leg, and it helps the smoothness of your race and to get your maximum time.
Well, the lap, less than a lap to go now. Emma Coburn, 55-second last lap. Remember, this is an inside the track water jump. I don't see the turnover there. 2nd lap right now, but that's what it's going to take if she's going to break the school record, the NCAA meet record. The race for 2nd place getting pretty interesting now. Colleen Quigley of Florida State has taken over 2nd and 3rd.
You know, she's really just cruising here. Quigley at the moment is running faster in 2nd place. I'm not saying she's going to win, but it's going to be interesting to hear her comments to the press later. Coburn's here. I thought she would have a bigger lead. Quigley's got something left, but no way, unless she has a problem at this hurdle. But Coburn negotiates it very smoothly.
Quigley is going to run time best, but Coburn is going for the win. She's outside the record, but she does win. And Colleen Quigley running a personal best of about 10 seconds. Amber Henry of Weber State in 3rd. So that turns out being a race for the sophomore from Florida State in 2nd place, but Emma Coburn all by herself. Her final race for the Buffaloes. Emma Coburn has done it, and she will soon be running as a professional, maybe trying to make that World Championship team later this summer. You like speed? Still to come. We will recap the women's 100-meter finals from Friday. But up next, finally, the women's 100-meter hurdles. Can Brianna Rollins hold off Corey Carter of Stanford?
Back live at Hayward Field as our coverage of the final day of the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships continues here on ESPN. Lewis Johnson here with Emma Coburn, who just won the steeplechase, a senior. And I'm just curious to know, Emma, how do you prepare your mind to come out in a race where you know you're going to probably take the lead most of the time, not only run for a national championship, but also the records that you were attacking?
Yeah, on a day like this, I have to look at the conditions and look at the competition and realize, is it wise to go shoot a record and risk kind of falling apart a little bit. So I chose to be a little bit more conservative, and so because of that I didn't get the collegiate record, but that's totally fine with me. It's with a fellow Colorado alum, Jenny Behringer-Simpson, so I had to be smart, and I'd rather have a NCAA title than risk not getting one shooting for a record. So yeah, today was just trying to focus on winning.
Well, congratulations, and I'm sure we'll see you on the world stage as well in the near future. Thanks. Congratulations. All right, Dwight, back up to you.
All right, Lewis, a very effective race run, but a big personal best in second place for Colleen Quigley of Florida State. She's just a sophomore, and then Amber Henry of Weber State finishing third. Next event on the track, the women's 100-meter hurdles. The new collegiate record holder and meet record holder, Brianna Rollins of Clemson. She did so in the prelims on Thursday. There she is, but she has her hands full. First of all, this is an event in the U.S. It's very, very deep. But Corey Carter of Stanford set her own collegiate record in the 400-meter hurdles in yesterday's final. And they were meeting here at the 100-meter distance. Nelvis also running, Sharika Nelvis running a very, very good time in her prelims. And you know what? It takes a little tiny mistake to change the tide of the way this race is run.
Helps to be a good math person or an engineering major in this race. You've got to be technically very, very sound. You can't make mistakes. Don't get too close to the hurdle. Don't let a tailwind push you too close. Watch lanes 3 and 5.
Rollins out well out in lane 5. It is Rollins all the way so far. No mistakes made. If it's not too much wind, we may be seeing another collegiate record performance right here. The time is there. Was there too much wind?
12.40 seconds. Let's see if the wind's under 2 meters per second.
It is 12.39. She's taken almost a full 1/10 of a second off of the record she set the other day and blown away an outstanding field. Corey Carter was a distant second in 12.79.
Watch this from the gun. Right lead leg. Gets her lead leg down very quickly, uses it to drive hard. She is the quickest between the hurdles. You get that package together, you have world-class talent. That was a wow. The world record is less than 2/10 of a second away, and it was set about 100 years ago by an Eastern Bloc lady. This is just fabulous stuff. Shake the earth here for hurdling around the world.
Talk about hitting it on all cylinders at the right time. 2 collegiate records from Brianna Rollins. Corey Carter almost an all-time best in second. Donika Flemings of Texas A&M finishing third. And the new collegiate record holder again is with Lewis Johnson.
All right, Dwight, thanks. Well, explain to us how you were able to hit it so perfectly 2 days in a row for another collegiate record.
I just try to relax and execute a great race. Try not to think about my opponents and the atmosphere with the stands and everything. So I just focus on my own 10 hurdles in my own lane and just come out here and run a relaxed race.
When you run times like that here at Hayward Field, everyone around the world is going to see that. What do you think your place is now in hurdling in the world?
I mean, I don't think about my opponents. I just try to do what I have to do to come out here and do a great job and glorify God. Thank you.
All right, Dwight.
All right, Lewis, an incredible performance, Brianna Rollins, on Thursday and now on Saturday in the final. Incredible track meet so far. Let's look back on day 3, Friday's competition, which was fantastic and set up today. Well, we barely got a chance to warm up when the first event of Friday's meet got on the track, the women's 400-meter hurdles. And what did we get? A collegiate record.
And, Dwight, the #1 time in the world for the 400-meter intermediate hurdle is ahead of all Olympians and everybody this season. As you see, Corey Carter and Georgianne Moline just run stunning times.
Then in the men's 100, TCU's Charles Silman had something to prove, an incredible semi-time, and boy, did he back it up.
Look how even they are, and look at him just edge ahead at the finish line. 9.89 seconds with a favoring wind, but nonetheless a fabulous performance.
And the steeplechase we almost had a false start that threw out one of the favorites. But once they got going, it turned out being a three-man race, but almost a disaster at the final water jump.
Watch this. The man, I think, ready to make a move for the victory at that point, Texas A&M's Henry Lele, slipped on the final barrier, crashed into the water, and then hung on with a sprint down the stretch for second place and 8 valuable points for Texas A&M, with Anthony Rotich the winner.
In the women's 400 meters, Regina George, the veteran, Shawnee Miller, the freshman, but it was Ashley Spencer, the defending champion, taking the title for the second time.
And the men's 400 meters, an equally outstanding race and field. Dion Lendor was considered possibly the favorite. Bryshon Nellums maybe a co-favorite. But in the last few strides, it was Nellums running a sensational time as we saw stellar performances here in the sprints.
And the women's 5,000 meters with huge team title implications, with Oregon senior Jordan Hasse right in the mix. She made a move on the last lap and couldn't back it up.
She held her pace fairly well, but the speed was shown as it was Abby D'Agostino, the junior from Dartmouth, and the favorite to win the race, pulling away with 300 meters to go, running 67 seconds for her final 400, and taking the measure of a quality field behind her.
Here are the team standings on the men's side after 16 events. Southern Cal up by 7.5 points over Arkansas, but they are out of bullets. Coach Ron Alice only took 6 athletes here. They've all competed. Here is maybe the pivotal event of the meet on the men's side. Collegiate best Ronaldo Nehemiah. There is Wayne Davis of Texas A&M. This is a critical event for the Aggies if they want to have a little bit of pressure released from them in the 4x400.
This young man made the semifinals of the Olympics, did Davis, for his home country. Spencer Adams has run extremely well all outdoor season, and as you can see, the NCAA outdoor champion, and has run very well here in his semifinal to get to this final.
Jonathan Cabral really carrying the hopes of Oregon on his shoulders. He needs a top 3 finish, preferably a win, if the Ducks are going to have anything to say at the end of the day.
He got through to the final, but as they say, he chopped a lot of wood in his semifinal, did Cabral. Eddie Lovett, indoor champion at 60 meters at the NCAAs, and he has run well here, been overshadowed a little bit by, among others, Spencer Adams to his left.
Davis out well. Spencer Adams running well as Cabral is out of it. Wayne Davis in the middle of the track. It's Davis for the Aggies. It's going to be Wayne Davis winning in 13:16 unofficially. We'll have to wait for the wind. Almost everything has been winded except the ladies' hurdles. 13:14 it has been.
Wow.
Corrected to, but way too much wind, almost doubled the allowable, but that does not matter to Pat Henry and the Texas Aggies, as Wayne Davis really helps giving some breathing room by winning this hurdle race.
Lovett second, Adams third, Hayes fourth. And it really was a wind-aided race. They get out a little choppy here. With a wind this strong at your back, you got to worry about getting too close to the oncoming hurdle. But it is Davis who negotiates the best, hits the least hurdles. These guys really struggled a bit here. 2 of them did. Maybe pressure, maybe the speed of the race as well, and the tailwind. But nonetheless, Davis, seasoned with the Olympics, winds up getting an NCAA title.
Cabral finished hard to get 5th place for Oregon, but it was Wayne Davis, the winner in 13:14 wind aided. Eddie Lovett got up for 2nd. Spencer Adams, a lot of wood chop there, got 3rd, and Lewis is with the champion downstairs.
All right, Dwight, thanks. Well, Wayne, with a stacked field like this in the final, how important was that start?
I know my start was amazing. Usually these guys get it right out with me. And I think it was crucial to get ahead, push these guys. And I think by pushing these guys, it kind of makes them screw up a bit.
And as you move down the track, a little bit of wind, how important is it not to really get too close to those hurdles as you move on down the track?
Pretty much keep your feet light on the ground and quick. if you put too much power into it, you're just going to crash.
And as a junior, you got to the semifinals of the Olympic Games. So how did that help your confidence on a stage like this?
Actually, personally, it kind of pissed me off that I didn't make the finals.
Oh, I see.
Because I was, I hit the first hurdle, and this time I made sure it's a big competition. Stay away from the hurdles. Make sure to be clean the entire race.
Well, I hope that you have better success this next year round, because we want you to be not that, what you just said. All right, thank you, Wayne. Okay, back up to you.
Just keeping it real. Tell it like it is as he kisses our cameraman. Wayne Davis, the NCAA champion in the men's 110-meter hurdles. Up next, it's the men's 5,000 meters. Will altitude-trained athletes Lawi Lalang and Diego